You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. I'm sitting here with Steven.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Howdy, howdy. It's Saturday.
I don't know where that was going.
I was going to say, that's not quite this. I started to sing Summer Breeze, but I realized it's Summer Breeze, not Saturday. So
Yeah, it's...
Oh, man. Thank God it's Saturday. Man, I love doing this. It's like it takes forever to get here, and now it's here.
And you're like, I'm opening up a Christmas present or something.
Almost. It's like my birthday.
He's so good!
Every week.
Every week, brand new presents.
Well, it's like the same present, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, it's good stuff, man. Well, we're glad that you guys have tuned in to hang out with us on a Saturday night, or whenever you're listening. And
Because you could be doing so many other things right now.
there's a lot of things you could be doing.
And by the way, guys, you can tweet at us live here at DOAE Show. We're using multiple hashtags tonight. If you go look at our page, you can see all of them. Call it Reason, Dylan Ain't Woke, Kim So Dumb.
Yeah.
Back in 5.
Back in 5. And that's not an indication of what we're doing. It is actually a hashtag.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, we do. We have an awesome show planned for y'all. This evening, we're going to be talking about Charlie Gard, the little 11-month-old baby boy in... Is it England? I believe it's England.
Yeah.
I don't have my...
It's in
stuff
England,
front of me
yes.
right
You are
this
correct.
second,
In the
but,
UK, yes.
But yeah, who's literally fighting for his life right now.
Yes.
Good old socialist medicine at work.
Yep. Yay. It's where we're going, folks.
And then we got a wonderful story about Starbucks. I mean, who doesn't want to hear a good story about Starbucks?
Everybody likes Starbucks, right?
Starbucks is magic.
Yeah. It's good times.
Cracker Jack box.
Mm-hmm.
And but first, we're going to go to everyone's favorite.
Everyone's?
Well, ironically enough, it's not near getting the play that I thought it was going to.
Yeah?
It did a little bit, but not near to the extent.
Could it be because it also happened on Independence Day?
That's probably part of it too.
Look at that. Don't
And,
get any play if you have that.
Kawinky dink. In case y'all weren't paying attention, little Kimmy Jong-il, little Kimmy, apparently has successfully launched a missile, an ICBM.
BM. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
BM.
sorry, I had to stop and think about that for a second. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't had that much coffee yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so they had successfully launched an ICBM that had been calculated to, if it had gone more, if they had adjusted the trajectory more of a straight.
Linear.
Yeah, thank you. That was the scientific word we were using. For all the layman people out there, the linear. Trajectory. If they had adjusted that slightly, it could have reached Alaska.
Yeah. Which means it's pretty much on the West Coast.
Yeah, which now we all know that little butterball is not going to turn around and hit. If he's going to nuke us and attack us, he's not going to do Alaska because there's no one there.
There's nothing to hit there.
There's nothing there. It's, it's wilderness and indigenous
Wilderness.
people and wilderness and
a lot of bears.
Snow.
And bears.
And bears. And snow.
And wilderness.
And wilderness. So we know he's not going to do that. But still, the fact of the matter is, I mean, that's a big deal.
It's huge.
To be able to get even this far.
Right.
and no one's they're completely blowing this off, and I'm not comfortable with it.
Neither am I.
Because no matter how you slice this, no matter how this goes down, it's not going to go good. It really is not going to go good. China obviously is not going to help us. And I don't know, for the record, who thought China was actually going to side with us because him and Trump held hands.
Nobody. I mean, the play that Trump made, this was one good play that he made, was that he had the conversation right when he was attacking Syria.
Yes.
And he was like, this is how we deal with people that do this crap. Please get in line. But the whole point of it is China overall, they don't have as much pull as people think. I mean, you're talking about a crazy, fat communist dictator who literally is worshipped by anybody and everybody in his country.
Yeah.
He has a god complex because they worship him.
Yeah, that's,
He killed his every other person that could take his spot. That's in his family.
Yeah, and then some.
And then some.
And then some. He took out,
his uncles and everybody else. I mean, you're talking about a guy who literally will just kill anybody. I don't think pushing them into a corner by diplomatic means is really going to help.
No, and again, it's one of those things where, it's a razor's edge because you've got North Korea and little Kimmy. Little Kimmy is like insane.
Yeah.
And that's not hyperbole. That's not an understatement. He is insane.
Probably clinically. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's there.
And so the guy's itching for an excuse to launch missiles and blow stuff up, okay?
Yeah.
So he's on that side. Then you have Russia and China.
Which are like, hey, Kim.
No, I'm sorry. Let me say this. I got this mixed up. So you have Korea and China on one side, and then you have Russia and Syria on the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I would bet my bottom dollar on it, which I've never understood that expression now that I think about it. But I digress.
It's kind of like your last dollar.
I got that, but why would it be at the bottom?
Well, bottom of the stack.
Who lays them flat?
I don't know.
I don't.
Anyway,
sidebar, jingling keys. Look, squirrel.
Hey.
But no, we're at a point right now where if either one of them goes too far, whether it's Russia and Syria on this side or, China and Korea on the other side, if one of them shows their tail and we have to react, the other side is going to do something too, and we're going to be overwhelmed. Right,
because we're fighting two fronts now. Well, we're fighting more than two fronts because we also have 6 or so wars that the previous president put us into, little skirmishes in between. But we're talking about two very hard, strong nuclear powers now that are both controlled by crazy people.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy people.
Yes. Again, not hyperbole.
Not hyperbole. I mean,
these people are jacknuts crazy. I mean, it's
that's just what they do. And so one of the other things about the ICBM, right? So it was able to hit. It could have hit there. It can hit Japan, no problem, which is another problem altogether. Which also means that it can hit Hawaii. It can hit other places in the Pacific. But the nose cap was hollow. On that ICBM now.
Yep.
Being that it was hollow, people, some people are thinking that, it was just a hollow tip because they want to have a hollow tip. No, the hollow tip setup is made specifically so they can have multiple nukes of a certain size packed in. So in case something happens, or they can put a defensive mechanism inside of the ICBM so that if it's targeted by missiles, it potentially has the ability to launch a defensive to stop said missile defense against it.
Yep. But translates into, if y'all are, again, those of you just tuning in and just now following along, Korea, for being the psychotic weirdo that he is much further along and much more advanced than we gave him credit for.
Right. And I mean, well, that's the whole thing. Everybody's been underestimating them forever and ever, and it doesn't make any sense. You okay?
Yeah, no, sorry.
You're blanking out on me, buddy.
No. I got
Stop getting distracted.
so much going on. Stop jingling the keys. Okay.
I don't have any keys. I promise you I don't have any keys.
This
Look,
is what,
if we can just do this to Kim.
I know, for just a split second, have him pay attention to something else. No,
Right, but but that's the point. He is a one-track mind person. He doesn't care about feeding his people. He doesn't care about anything else. All he cares about is his military might and actually prolonging his own leadership. And the best way for him to do that is to get America, the U.S., the Western world out of his society. And
which is funny because they're not technically in his society in the first place.
Right.
Other than to be a scapegoat for everything that is going wrong, that he's doing wrong to his own people.
right, like
know,
when
they're starving.
When people die, it's
our
America.
fault.
It's
Exactly.
America.
Exactly.
Everything is America.
It's always America's fault. It's always us, and it's amazing how. And I mean, I can't say it's amazing because this is what happens. That these people from cradle to grave are being taught that America is this horrible, horrible place that is the cause and literally the bane of everyone's existence and causing so much turmoil and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
When they haven't the foggiest idea.
See, the biggest problem that I find is that the Korean War never ended.
No.
We are at an armistice.
Yes.
We are on a hold.
We're still at war, children.
That means we've been at war for 60 freaking years.
Yes, and we just haven't actually done anything.
It's been a Cold War for 60 years, guys.
Yeah.
And
everybody wants to talk about Russia and the Cold War there.
we haven't paid attention to North Korea, and they have nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
We haven't paid enough attention to North Korea, and now they have ICBMs that can launch. They no longer have a nuclear program; they have nuclear weapons. They no longer have a missile program; they have missiles.
Yeah, they are. This is what makes this so difficult, and not just to swallow, but like this is what makes it hard to believe that this is not something people are talking about more
Right.
often. Anyway, I mean, I've heard some, but
There's some talk back and forth, and I mean, so the only options that we have as countries now, because as Americans, this is the one time where I would say yes, world police. But that's only because we've been in this war for 60 freaking years. We need to get it done. We need to get it over with. The war needs to be done, and people need to be set free.
yeah, I've never, again, like I've learned recently as well. The whole we're still technically at war with North Korea and blah 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 blah, and I've never understood why it is that we've just never gone in there.
It's
and
bad
taken him
politics.
out. And I got it. It's bad politics. But let's be honest. We kind of helped and got rid of Gaddafi.
It was Vietnam is what made the taste go away for us.
No, and I got that. But
Like
but
the Vietnam killed it.
we didn't. I know. But I'm saying we didn't directly go in and take care of Muammar Gaddafi and take him out. However, we supplied the weapons and instigated the upheaval that got him killed and removed from power. We've been doing it in the Middle East for years.
Once again, things that I don't like us doing.
Yes, I agree. So, but my question is if we're going to do it, why aren't we doing it?
Because we can't get people in there to do that.
Wait a minute. We can't get people in there, but we can get
We can
get students who steal posters and get the snot beat out of them.
That's the point.
That happens.
That's the
but
point.
We can't get in there.
You can't get anybody. You can't
Shenanigans.
get. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Bull.
Come on.
Bull. No, I'm sorry. Bull. This is no. Mm-mm. Go sell your stuff elsewhere, sir, because that's no. Nope.
It's completely insulated.
But a student can get in there.
Yeah, they have a huge. They have tourism, but the tourism is completely micromanaged by the government.
I'm telling you, we could.
That's why this kid got caught for stealing a freaking poster.
I got that part, but what I'm saying is, in a swift movement, and you could do practice. They could. They got Osama bin Laden. Okay, and he was bouncing from cave to cave, from city to city, from town to town. Butterball is in the exact same spot all the time. So, I just, I don't. We could get him if we tried. The problem with it is nobody wants to go in there and try because, like you said, oh, it's going to look bad. Well, why does it look bad to do it against him, but it didn't look bad when we helped Gaddafi or take out Gaddafi? When we're dealing with this with Syria right now,
we need to get out of it anyway. But the point is that there are literally only two options, and one is diplomacy, which doesn't work.
No, because that's like trying to to negotiate and to try and settle with a 2-year-old.
And the other one is preemptive striking.
Yeah, and that,
which is why we have 3 aircraft carriers.
Yeah, 3 carrier groups in the Korean Ocean. The problem, here's the thing though, we can't do a preemptive. We can't, and here's why he's not going to do this. This is why Trump is not going to go preemptive, as much as everyone says they should. The reason he's not going to go preemptive is because the minute he does, then he will be seen as a warmonger. He would be seen as, he gets into office and he instigated this because
he put
North
Mattis
Korea
in charge.
wasn't doing. Yeah, but they're not going to look at that. They're going to look at it as Trump got in and he instigated this. He just, that we were fine with Korea. They weren't bothering us at all, and here he goes starting stuff.
Right. It goes back to the whole political issue where it's, it's not about what actually is right.
Yep.
It's about the politics of it and how is it seen. But
apparently aesthetics are a lot more of a big deal than than it should be, sadly enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is why everyone, not just myself, but that's why everyone hates politics. It doesn't, because everybody wants to BS around and everybody wants to play a game, and nobody actually wants to come out and be honest and say, you know what?
It's actually in everybody's best interest if we just take this guy out and set the people free and let South Korea take it back over.
They did it with Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, and they almost did it in South Korea in the Korean War, and then then China came in and.
No, don't do that. We would keep them in check.
No. They sent thousands of soldiers and pushed us back to the 53rd.
Yeah, no, I know. I was trying to be
facetious.
Yeah, I was tongue in cheek.
Which
I found out doesn't translate very well on the radio.
Or in text.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't. But no, I hate this. Things are getting bad. Getting bad. Well, folks, we're going to take a break. Try and change gears up a little bit. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Be right back. And welcome back, folks. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan, and that's Steven.
Hey, guys.
Oh, I'm going to tell you now, I'm doing this story under protest.
You're protesting me?
Yes.
For bringing up a story that...
Yes.
What's the problem?
I don't like this story.
Why don't you like the story?
Because it's about a baby.
I know.
I don't like when babies are hurting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
I don't. I really don't. No, I don't like. It saddens me. I have a soon. Well, I say soon. He'll be in a couple weeks. I have a 5-month-old right now. So babies are kind of a special thing at the moment because
you have a baby.
I have one.
Well, my youngest is only just a hair over a year. I'm right at the same cusp, man. I understand.
Yeah, but you've crossed the year mark.
Oh, whatever.
She's no longer a baby. She's an infant, or she's a toddler now.
Oh, yeah, she walks. So
Yeah, mine is still in that, don't have no teeth, can't hardly move, just barely can sit up on his own kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where he's helpless, but he's still cute.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
So anyway,
I am doing this under protest
that's okay.
because it does sadden me for these people, because again, I'm one of those people that I can easily relate or put myself into their shoes, or at least think I could put myself into their shoes.
You would hope.
It's called being sensitive to someone else's feelings. It's amazing what happens when you...
It's called empathy.
Empathy is a beautiful thing. It's
empathy.
too bad there's not enough of that going around here.
There really isn't. By the way, guys, we're talking about Charlie Gard.
Yes,
and
the 11-month-old Charlie Gard
in the UK. And it's his parents set up a page on Twitter. It's at fight, the number 4, Charlie, Fight for Charlie, to get the latest updates and what's going on. And if you want to help, they have tons of ways to do so.
Yes. So the meat and potatoes, Reader's Digest version, Charlie Gard is an 11-month-old who developed a rare brain disorder.
Yeah.
That has landed him in a hospital in London. The doctors there, because it's wonderful socialist medicine, have decided that there isn't anything that they can do to help him.
And they don't want to spend the money to keep him.
And they don't want to spend the money to keep him, even though the parents have come up, last I heard, was upwards of just shy of $2 million.
Yes.
Raised to pay whatever they needed to pay to take care of their son.
From people like you and me.
Yes. And the London, the Great Britain courts are saying that the parents have no right. They won't let them take the child out of the hospital because there was a treatment or some hospital here in the States, and
there's a hospital in New York.
Is it in New York? I was going to say, I don't have that in front of me.
Hospital in New York that's willing to accept them, and the doctor that is doing the treatment, he has a child that has the same exact disease that he's been treating for the past 5 years, which means that the kid is 5 years old now.
Yeah.
He's not living like the perfect, hey, I'm a 5-year-old, but he's living.
Yeah, it's better off than what poor Charlie's doing right now.
Right. And I mean, so with Charlie, what they've done is they've gone to this doctor. They found out the doctor from America was even introduced in the courts. All of his stuff was introduced into the courts.
Yep.
And up until yesterday, Friday, the courts had fully decided and were not going to change their mind on killing the child.
Yes, like literally the London High Court had approved in unplugging Charlie from the life support system and literally forbade, how do you say that? Forbade? Yeah, they wouldn't allow him to transfer to anywhere. And this is even down to the fact that the Vatican and the Pope offered to take the child.
Not just take the child, the Vatican offered them passports, legal citizenship of the Vatican City.
Yes. This is not just a, hey, we're going to let the kid in. This is everybody is trying to save this child's life. And these socialists that run the health system in Great Britain said, no, we're not going to.
No, like I said, that's what's been up until Friday.
Yes, and
Friday, a ray of hope happened.
Thank God.
Charlie, who has been sitting in the hospital, obviously, since, 4 months old or
Something
two or 3 months old, they were going to cut his life support off and stop his feeding tubes and everything else.
And just let him
basically starve him to death and kill his oxygen supply.
Yep.
Yesterday, the hospital ruled that they were going to keep him on life support and they were going to go back to the courts. And they were going to have another court hearing to see what the judge's rule is, because there was new information, and by new information, that is a couple more doctors came out and said, no, this experimental stuff actually is working. There is proof. You need to let this happen. Plus, I think the political issue of making this such a big deal, where you have the Pope, you have the president, you have multiple countries coming out against you over one child.
Yeah,
the pressure might be building.
Here's the thing that gets me confused, though, and even being, hell-bent socialists that they are, why is it taking so much and the courts are still kind of going, no.
They're dragging their feet.
That's what I'm saying. To me, if it was really, if I don't, and this is why I might argue a little bit that it was about the political pressure, because, I mean, the political pressure has been on them from virtually the beginning. Once this story got out, I mean, everybody and their mother was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's one thing if the family couldn't handle it. It's one thing if there was nobody to offer. It's one thing if it all couldn't be handled. But you have hospital in the States. You've got people all over the world donating money. You've got the Vatican offering citizenship and refuge. There's all this, and still the courts of London are like, well, I don't know if that's what we should do. It doesn't make, I don't know, should we save this little child?
Very nice Cockney, by the way.
Thank you.
That's good. That's a good job.
I worked on that all week.
Thanks. Good job there, buddy. Good job. Yeah, I'm sure you did. You had to practice a little bit. A little bit.
But yeah, that's the part that I don't understand. That's why I don't think it's necessarily political. To a point. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit that might be going on, but it can't be a lot, because if it was, they would have went, oh crap, we're in trouble. Here, take him and go.
Well, that's the thing. So,
because it's been, I mean, this thing's been in the public sphere and out in front of everybody for a better part of a week. At least.
That's just in the public sphere where we're included. It's been part of the public sphere in the UK for the past couple months. Yeah, that's how these people got the funds in the first place. Yeah. And the point is, these guys. How do I say this?
Very carefully.
Very carefully. Very, very, very carefully. The courts are deciding who lives and who dies.
Wait a minute. You mean like what would you call something like that? Like a death panel, maybe?
I'd say that's a death panel.
I'd say that would be a death panel.
Now, here's the thing.
Too.
So, if you have socialized medicine, you have to ration that medicine.
Well, they say it's rationing.
Oh, no, you have to, because you don't have money.
I got that part, but let's be honest. They don't, in a lot of cases, they don't have to ration it as hard as they do. And
right.
I'm air quoting. Again, this doesn't translate very well.
He's air quoting, guys.
I'm air quoting this.
And by the way, just a little plug here. If you want to hear about the quote-unquote rationing that's happening, listen to the Bells of Liberty. They just went through it.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Oh, it hurts. It hurts my brain so much. It hurts my brain.
It does. I don't. And in the bad, no, what makes it all worse when it comes to socialized medicine is everyone is convinced that this is a genius idea.
It's the best thing in the world, right? Since sliced bread.
Here's the drill, folks, and this is the meat and potatoes of the whole deal when it comes to socialized anything, but especially socialized medicine. Because my wife even came out and asked me about Charlie Gard and explained to her what was going down. And I said,
right.
I said, well, here's the drill. The joy with socialized medicine. I said, what makes our children, aside from obviously birthing them, what makes our children ours? Here in the United States, what is the one thing that makes them our children?
The fact that the parents have the control.
But yeah. The way that we put it is, we narrowed it down much. We pay for them.
It's personal, right? We pay for them.
Everything,
right? It's personal. It's responsibility. We have the personal responsibility of these children.
Yes, we have skin in the game. We supply their need.
Right.
That's why they're our children. That's why we have the right to make the decisions that we feel is best for our children.
Correct.
Once you get socialism, and especially in a single payer socialist, medical system.
Yes.
You're talking about a doctor now because you're not paying for it anymore. Someone else is going to be paying for your health care, which means someone else can say, no, I'm not going to give you what you need to survive or what you would need to have a better quality of life.
Correct.
Because you don't have a say in it anymore because you're not paying for it.
Right.
And that is what has happened with this little kid. Is the state, i.e. London and Great Britain and blah, 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 have decided that they own this child because of, well, now that, of needing this health care.
Yeah.
And they have decided that he will not have any fit,
He's not fit
life.
to live.
Not fit to live, but not just that. Like, he won't have any decent life.
He can't live with dignity.
Exactly. Which, as I've heard it put today, or not today, but as I've heard it put, during this past week, I mean, he's 11 months old and he poops in a diaper and he drools on himself. I mean, there's not exactly a lot of dignity there in the first place.
I mean, that's a normal 11-month-old.
That's a normal 11-month-old baby. I mean, there's dignity.
He hasn't had a chance to have dignity.
You can't lose what you've never had yet.
Exactly.
He hasn't had time to earn it.
You haven't earned the dignity to live, so you can't live. It's like, okay, well, that's saying the same thing with anybody who has any sort of mental illness.
Exactly.
You have if you get dementia, suddenly you've lost your dignity.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Is why people think that socialism as a whole, but especially socialist single-payer healthcare, is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
So here's my problem with socialized medicine.
Wait, what I said wasn't enough? You need
No.
There's
There's another issue here. All right.
I thought mine was good enough.
No, well, here's the thing, right? So, other than the United States, who else innovates in medicine? Who else has the funds to innovate in medicine? What other country?
I feel like we need to have the Jeopardy theme playing right now.
What other country? Just come on. Think about it.
See, I hate when you put me on the spot like
Come
this,
on.
because I'm not ready and prepared for this. I shouldn't. I should be asking you that question. China.
No.
It's Great Britain.
It's nobody.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Nobody.
Yeah, we're
Nobody.
Because-
We are the top innovators of everything in medicine.
And why is that?
Because we have the free market. People are willing to pay for it.
No. Wait, say that again.
People, with their own money, are willing to pay for new medicine.
What a concept. Who'd have thunk it?
Americans?
Yeah, well, apparently not much. Not
Anymore, but
not
I mean,
anymore.
For the most part, Americans. Now, here's the thing. If we go the same route as everybody else, there will no longer be the one bastion of medical innovation.
Ding.
Everything will start to decay completely.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about decay? Did you hear that the plague is back?
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Where?
I mean, in New Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah. In New Mexico.
What?
Yes, as in the new one, not the old one. Not the old one where you would assume it to be where, it's in New Mexico. See, here's the drill. Is even though they say it's eradicated, it is not officially eradicated. They just have it way at the way the story had been, I'd heard it was, there was like an average of like 5 people a year or something like that.
That die of the plague.
That would contract it, period.
Oh.
Then New Mexico had 3 in a week.
So you had a bunch of people living in the same house that all got infected by the same rat.
Apparently. But the point is, if we were on socialized medicine...
That would spread dramatically.
Can we say Dark Ages all over again?
I mean, that's basically what's going to happen anyway.
Yep.
So all of these things, we're going to run out of, guys.
Yeah.
So whether it be medicine, whether it be, doctors that actually want to perform as a doctor because it's worth their money and time to become a doctor.
Or better yet, because they actually care.
That's what I'm saying. It's worth their money
people.
and time.
Yeah.
You can care about people and become a doctor in the socialized world, but at the same point in time, you're not going to survive very well. You're basically a government employee the moment that you walk into the system.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a government employee.
And so you're regulated. Everything about you is regulated.
Yep.
And, you pay the same amount of money as a doctor in America, by the way. If you're a doctor in Great Britain, you basically pay the same amount of money as far as college goes. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And
to not get anything?
Yeah, you're not there. I mean, you can't get...
guys make like $10 an hour.
No, it's not more than that. It's more than that, man. It's more than that. I mean, it's maybe £10 an hour, which is...
Yeah, well, okay.
That equates to about 15. That's fight for 15, buddy. Fight for 15.
Fight for 15. Better be careful when you get a kiosk. It's going to be automated.
It's kiosks, automated doctors. Which we actually are going to... Never mind. That's a whole nother sidetrack. No, we're not going to get into that. Sorry, guys. That was I'm sorry. That was my fault. My bad.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. Okay, so...
But no, again, I the whole socialist thing, and I know I keep coming back to this, it really, truly blows my mind that normal people can sit and go, oh, this is a good idea.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is, and that's not going to go.
Stupid people. That's all I'm going to say. Well, we're going to go and take a break. Oh, and relax a little bit, refill our coffee. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Be right back.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back, y'all. We're Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. I was trying it with my William Shatner.
It's a lot of pauses. Just saying, a lot of pauses.
I thought it was pretty funny myself.
We're Defenders of American
Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Spock, I got something in my teeth. Oh.
Can you get it out?
You can bring me my laser guided toothpick. So, that was thunder. It's storming outside, y'all.
Shiny keys, buddy. Shiny keys.
Well, yeah, no, it's just. I love the sound of thunder. It's gonna put me to sleep. No, so what we wanted to do real fast while we have a moment to share is Steven and I have branched out. We have started begging for money. I figure we might as well just come out and say
just come out and say it. We are begging.
There's no reason to dance around the subject at all. We're not going to sugarcoat it or flower it up any. We're begging for money.
Well, no. Here it is.
Sir, may I have some more?
Please, sir, can I have more? More, please. No, but really, so what's going on?
I got to doctor this.
I got to get this. This is going to die. This is going to die. It's not good.
Yes, let's start again. Ready?
All right, 3, 2.
So what we have done is we have decided we were going to branch out into the 21st century, and we have started a Patreon page.
That's right, Patreon page. If you go to patreon.com, DOAE show, you can see all the info and graphics there.
Yes.
So what we're doing is we're asking for some help, guys. So we don't want to be, just, hey, give us money. We want to trade service for service. What I mean by that is your money for our service. By that, I mean we will advertise for you.
There you go.
That is what we mean. We will give you advertising for certain subscriptions per month.
Yes.
Obviously, everything has to be passed through. Everything has to be certified and passed by our crack team.
And by crack team, we mean us.
Yeah.
It's the two of us. Yes, long and the short is at the moment what we're doing is we are offering I don't know what
multiple. We're offering multiple levels.
It is multiple levels.
If you go to our Patreon page, you can see all the levels going through. If you do just want to help us out and support us, we're okay with that too. You can pop $1 in and then be one of our supporters. We will go to Facebook and give you a like and a share. We will go to Twitter and give you a like and a shout out.
Might even follow you.
We don't know.
Down the road now, and again, if most people will look at it and notice and say, well, this is just advertising. Well, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not an advertiser. I have nothing to advertise with you people. You're useless to me. Well, nay. See, this is where things are getting ready in the works of very shortly of the... I had mentioned once before, as I had sprung it on Stephen, you may or may not remember, but I had made mentions of swag.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I did. I did a live airdrop.
Live air swag drop.
He was not happy.
Well, because you didn't tell me beforehand. That would not have been...
Well, now you know, so I don't care. We've moved on, brother. We've moved on. Yes, but said swag, actually, I will be working on that very, very shortly, and the swag is shortly to come. We had just decided we needed to get this off the ground now, so that way everyone was at least aware of our Patreon page. But coming very shortly will be some awesome swag.
Right, and with the swag, what that means is, like, if you do support us in different multiple levels as far as our Patreon page go, you will get different swag and more updated swag as things go along.
Yes, so you're not just getting us and helping to support us to do what we do, but you will also be, like, you'll get stuff to show
awesome,
you support us.
Awesome Defenders gear.
Yes, well, gear might be a strong word.
Well, I mean, if it's swag, it's gear, technically.
It's gear, you could put it,
it will be upgraded continually.
Yes, and you will be quite satisfied. And like I said, so keep an eye out for that. But we wanted to throw that out there to you.
So if you guys know of anybody that needs advertising, small businesses, local people, you guys are everywhere. If you know anybody or if you are part of a business that needs advertising, we have very inexpensive options. Please check us out.
Yes, we're very easy. Anyway. Having said that, let's move on to our finals. I don't know, I almost called it a story. It's not quite a story. It is. I mean, it is a story, but it...
I'll be back in 5.
Yeah, I'll be back. Well, no, you better not. That means I have to get up and I've kind of gotten used to
switch chairs, right?
I've gotten used to being over here.
Oh, that's good.
No, our final story of the night is kind of a local story, and I had to kind of fight and argue to get this.
It wasn't that big of an argument.
Well, no, it wasn't. But it's called dramatic effect. Shut up. God, are you trying to let people know about this?
Oh,
okay.
Man.
No, so
inside baseball.
It is. So what I decided to do is I kind of called an audible, and we were going to talk about Alex Jones.
We were.
I was going to get the tinfoil.
It was going to be good.
I was going to do the voice and the whole.
It was going to be so good.
I changed my mind. I called an audible. There is a local story that has gone out.
I know why.
Yeah, I know why.
I know why you changed the audible.
Why? Why is that?
Because they turned the freaking frogs gay.
I was so hoping you weren't going there.
No, that's exactly where I was going, and you knew I was going there. That's the problem.
Legitimate.
No, you knew it wasn't going to be.
I know.
It's turned the freaking frogs gay. I had to do it. All right, it's out of my system.
There, we're
Thank
good.
you.
Now we can move on now?
Yes.
You good?
Yep.
All right, here we go. So, the reason I picked this story is it's a local story that has sparked somewhat of a debate, and I wasn't going to bother. I just kind of brushed over it and let it go. But I keep hearing things, and it has bothered me, and so I kind of wanted to throw this out. And this is something that I kind of want everybody, anyone who's listening, again, go to DOAE Show at Twitter, go to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Facebook. I really would love to have discussions with everybody about this particular topic, as I am hearing from opinions from everybody else. So the story goes that there is a 24-year-old girl who I believe was an assistant manager.
Something like that.
Something like that. She worked at the Starbucks at RDU International Airport, which is just down the road over here.
Yeah, not far away from us.
She was had been working through her shift. She clocks out for a break.
Mm-hmm.
Takes her car keys, her debit card.
And leaves her cell phone and purse.
And goes outside. Everybody, she's going on a break.
Right, no big deal.
And she doesn't come back.
Right.
Like, at all. Like, she clocked out, got to her car, drove away, left everything.
Huh.
The cops at one point, the only lead they had was a town just a little bit north of where the airport is. They had her on a security camera going in and paying for gas. And that was it. She was gone for a better part of a week, I think. I think it was about a week.
It was like the 26th, and they found her on like the 2nd.
Yeah, something like that. It was almost a week that she was missing. I mean, no one had any idea of where this woman was, what had happened to her. People were speculating up and down, left and right of, she was abducted, someone took her in her car and forced her to go somewhere, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Normal stuff that you would think of when somebody goes missing.
Yes. So it got to the extent that between the family and the friends, they actually got, local police, they got, up to the FBI. Yeah. Involved trying to find this girl. So I believe it was the 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on
July,
the 2nd.
They found her.
In
her car, alive, in a parking deck at Virginia Beach. So basically what had happened after they interviewed her and found out, long or the short, for whatever reason, she just had a very bad day, couldn't take it anymore, literally got in her car, left everything, and drove away.
So she did what most people think of when they have a really bad day.
Exactly. Everyone who's thought of, I'm just going to walk away into hell with all of this stuff. Yeah, she actually did it.
Because she doesn't really give a good reason.
No, she doesn't give a good reason. And this is part of the reason why I wanted to bring this up. Because from where I'm sitting, that she did not commit a crime. She never told anybody. She never implied there was anything wrong. There was nothing she did wrong. She, as a law-abiding citizen, 24-year-old adult, got up and walked out and just drove. It was again, everybody, all of us have thought of doing that once before, at least once in our lifetime. So the reason I brought it up and I wanted to discuss this is because there are people who actually think that because even down to the FBI was brought in to look for this girl, that there's she should have to, go to jail or pay some kind of a fine or something similar to if you file a fake police report.
Okay.
And I say no. I'm like, this is as my humble opinion. Again, she is a 24-year-old American citizen who was not breaking the law. Was it a stupid? I crammed a bunch of them all into one time.
Yeah,
was
you
it
did.
stupid? Yes. Was it childish and selfish? Absolutely. Was it borderline, if not nay, douchey? Yes.
Was it completely irresponsible of her?
Absolutely.
But was it illegal?
No.
And was it her fault that everybody got freaked out and decided to go call the FBI?
Well, that right there is where the debate's at. Because technically, she could have made
all she had to do was make one phone call.
And there's no reason. Now, and obviously we can't prove it. But you can't tell me that in the span of almost a week, she did not realize or hear that she was missing and that people were looking for her.
I mean, if she went all the way to Virginia immediately from RDU, that's only 2 hours to get to the. It's only an hour and a half to get to the border.
Yeah, no, I know. And from what I gather, and what a lot of people are kind of had speculated, is basically she was so upset and upset that what she basically did was she just drove until she ran out of gas, and that just happened to be where she ran out of gas.
Virginia Beach,
which is
I mean, there are worse places to run out of gas.
There are worse places. I
mean, well, actually, that depends on what area of Virginia Beach you land in.
This is true. Anyway, hopefully she didn't go so far as the naval port. But anyway, stay away from there.
Don't go there.
Don't feed the fishes. Anyway,
no.
But that right there is the debate that a lot of people have been talking about, and even my own beloved wife, who I love dearly, is convinced that this girl should pay something. And again, I agree that it is a horribly childish thing to do. That is ungodly selfish, and that someone frankly needs to just smack her in the back of the head.
Yeah, I mean,
repeatedly.
So there are two ways I think about this. One is from a parent's perspective.
Yes.
As the parent, I have two emotions. One is I will be incredibly glad that she is alive,
And then you'll want to kill her.
and then I would whoop that tail until she couldn't sit down. After I'd hug it out,
Yeah.
be nice, and then I'd be like, you just put us through hell for an entire week. I am going to whoop the mess out of you. As a parent,
Yes.
especially if she lives there.
Yeah.
With-
Yeah.
I mean, she's 24. She's an assistant manager. I don't know. She might live on her own. And if she does, still sounds like she needs a whooping.
Yeah.
But you have that. And then you have the other side of it, which is this girl needs medication. Obviously, she can't handle the normal stresses of just being at a job.
Yeah.
She needs medication.
Yeah, she needs a hug.
Well, she needs a hug. She needs medication. She needs better support. She needs better structure. I have my phone on silent, so I really hope you're laughing at a tweet.
No, it's just it's a hard people. Let me collect my brain here. The thing about it is this is what freedom actually looks like, folks. Is you have, in order to handle it properly, you have to be responsible.
Right.
Pure and simple. You have to be ready to take responsibility for your actions. You have to be accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
If you walk away from your job, which you should be able to do, again, immature, yes. Childish, yes. Stupid, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
But you can do it
If you want to.
if you want to.
You just have to be responsible about it.
Yes, which one of the things that me and the wife did laugh about is that that there isn't a soul on this planet that's going to hire her now.
Oh, no.
When
Yeah,
they
there
realize
is.
who she is?
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
And they realize who she is? No, I wouldn't.
Oh, they'll look at it as bad management.
On her part, yes. You're absolutely
If she's the
right.
assistant manager, it's bad upper management.
Oh,
She,
yeah,
they put her in a position that she couldn't figure out. They put her in a place that she couldn't handle the stress
Sadly,
of.
you know what? Sadly, in this generation and day and age, it'll be
Mommy and Daddy didn't love her enough. Something happened.
She was bullied.
She broke up with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. It was her time of the... I don't know.
Don't.
See how I stopped? I stopped, guys. I stopped.
All I saw was Trump's face just now.
Bleeding out of her whatever.
Out of her whatever. I swear. But no, so that seriously, everybody, all y'all, seriously listening, and whether you're listening live on Spreaker and on through Lanterns.buzz, or if you are hear this later on any of our other platforms through SoundCloud or Google Play or
Any
iTunes
of that.
or any of that stuff. Seriously, I want to dialogue about this because I'm hearing stuff, but I'm not actually getting to discuss anything with anybody, and I really want to see how all of y'all feel about this particular. Again, it's a nothing story, but I mean,
It's a nothing story, but it's basically the entirety of our Western civilization rolled up in a little 1 week
in a
dialogue.
spec. Yeah, exactly.
And the problem that I find is, we're going to have these issues going through, and we're going to have all of this mess continue, but we need to talk about it.
Yeah, we kind of have to hash this stuff out in advance, or otherwise stuff like this will happen, and we're going to be, beating each other and blaming each other for everything. So, folks, it is about that time. You can reach us at Twitter, Defender or DOAE Show, Defenders of American Exceptionalism on Facebook. We are live every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on Spreaker and Lanterns.buzz. Go to Lanterns.buzz, check everybody out, all the other broadcasters, amazing writers. It's good stuff. Also, make sure you go out to patreon.com/. patreon.com/DOAE show. Thank you. To help us out, like I said, we're not trying to make millions of dollars. We're just trying to fund little projects and things that we want to do to make us bigger and better for you guys. So you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.